Okay, now resuming the video, this is our chapel space. It was built by members a while ago. When you arrive on campus, to the left is a courthouse. The building you see right in front of us is called our Centrum building. That is the building that was most affected by the flood. That's where all of the performing arts are done in this part of Houston, Northwest Houston. It's going to be probably over a year before we're able to get back in there. Going forward, this is our church offices. As you can see, the sign kind of directs you. Again, here's another glimpse of our chapel and our friendship garden. If you look further ahead, there are two more buildings. It's our community center building, and just on the other side is our children and youth building. Our children and youth building and the community center building is still being under construction from the flood. Now we are walking and approaching the main gathering place where people normally enter and arrive. This is our original sanctuary. It's called the Forum, and this is where we're meeting. We used to have 3 worship services, an 8:15, a 9:30, and an 11. But due to the flood, we've had to eliminate the 8:15 because we're sharing space. So if you're a visitor, coming in on Sunday morning, if you go upstairs, that's the community center office. This door here is the offices for the church staff, which we should be able to get back in around 2 weeks. Normally on Sunday mornings, where you see the chairs is our holy grounds area. This is where people gather for coffee and fellowship. It was also this place where we had to have Sunday school classes before we were able to get back in classrooms. So let's enter into the worship space. And as you can see, sometimes things aren't scheduled properly, but all of our flooring is gone. These used to be theater seats, and now we have just regular chairs for now. We've had these temporary soundboards on each side to help with acoustics. There's a balcony where our lights and our audio team is positioned on Sundays. So, at the 9 o'clock hour is our traditional service. As you can see, this is our pipe organ. And where you see the communion table is actually where communion is facilitated at both services. And so on our table, what we've done, I don't know if you can tell with the lighting, what we've done is added candles for the traditional service, but we're also keeping those candles lit for the contemporary service at 11 a.m. Our pastor is doing a new sermon series about being at the well, and so we have a member who has really created us a nice well to go along with that sermon series. And there is a banner that normally stands in the pulpit next to him. Now, speaking about pulpit, we don't have an official pulpit. Our pastor preaches from this stand, this podium. It's very casual. He tends to walk around outside of the podium, but this is also the place where everyone does their call to worship, and this is where most people speak. Here at the communion table is where not only communion is the words of institution are given, but it's also an explanation of what we do. Now, if you look up, here is one of a liturgical symbol here, and it is a stained glass window. It really represents our area called the Cypress Creek area, Cypress Creek Community Church.